Thanks for taking the time to view this, because I really do hate making these, but it's the best way to convey everything I have to say, so let's start with the main point, which is me doing me, and that's not some fetish or anything, but it has always been the channel's central point. Me making random shit to hopefully inspire the viewer to make something, or entertain them to make their day a bit better. Preferably both at once, hence why almost every video on this channel has my crass sense of humor injected into its veins. And if you've ever scrolled down to see what's on my channel, you'll see that there's a noticeable divide in the content. That being, it started as gaming focused, then went to mini painting. But as you're now aware, they're both me making stuff to yada yada yada, I said it already. So after moving away from the creative gaming, it was more successful, but in the long run it was a bad idea for multiple reasons. First being, focusing mini painting so hard put a subconscious strain on my favorite creative hobby, which led to my first ever burnout. Look, I don't get paid to do any of this. It's my stress relieving hobby, and I'd much rather it remain that way. I came to that realization as my tutorials got more and more involved per se. The freehand video, as much as I wanted to get it done, was absolute pain to do for a dozen reasons. I really don't have a proper setup or space for recording mini painting that isn't very uncomfortable. And frankly, I'm out of tutorial ammo anyway. My tutorials have always been specialized because I don't want to wind up like the hundreds of other channels and Patreons that teach you how to thin your damn paint for the 1,000th time. I targeted specific stuff I do well, or results people found fascinating. So does that mean no more tutorials in the future? Well, not a hard no. I'm out of ammo, but if I get inspiration from one and I only put out the occasional tutorial, I probably won't crash and burn making it, so there's that. But I'd be lying if I said my underlying motivation hasn't always been building random shit the way I want. So that's part of why there's a return to creative in-game building with the humor. And a bunch of other new creative video formats and mediums to keep me from getting bored. Which now points out a really fat elephant in the room. A giant chunk of my followers followed only for mini painting. I understand that, just as I understand if they decide this channel is no longer worth following. Because the way I see it, if you followed for mini painting, and I'm looking for followers interested in seeing a variety of artistic pursuits across many mediums, then all parties win with the unfollow. I'm of the belief growth for the sake of growth is a worthless pursuit. So if 2,500 people unfollow me, and 400 new ones follow, then that's 2,901 people who are getting what they want. And before you say, yeah, Double D, but what exactly is this new creative content? Me making shit and either inspiring you, making you laugh, or both. And what I mean by that is, I'm not about to upload games for the sake of games. I pursue making things that look good, regardless of how chaotic the journey can be, or what medium, application, or whatever I'm using to create that vision. So game-wise, you won't see stuff like Among Us or Call of Duty. That's like way off my f***ing mark. Like my previous videos showed, Planet Coaster, RimWorld, Minecraft, and the whole slew of other games with in-depth creative elements are on the menu. But like I said, that's not all. Those on my Discord are much more aware of what's coming down the pipeline, but one huge pursuit will be an animated comic series currently under development. Obviously comedy focused, but it's going to be one hell of an undertaking that'll give my finished models and other odds and ends some extra life. I can't say much more since it's very much still under development, but it is a spiritual successor to Studs and Bolters that some readers enjoyed on my Instagram. And I aim to get those first 3 videos out before 2022 is over. So if all that mess out of the way, I really do mean it's going to be the last announcement. Future announcements and updates will be found on my Discord, or done through the YouTube community tab I've been sorely neglecting. I save these mentions till the end so I know only those interested will see it, you know, as opposed to saying like and subscribe at the beginning of the video before anyone even. So to all who viewed this, thanks for your time. If you leave, I really do hope you find what you're looking for. And to those who are sticking around, I really hope you like what's being cooked up because it's about time I stopped horsing around and put on a real show. Have a f***ing awesome day, and hopefully, I'll see you next time.